Hello, 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 everyone. We got a good show today. We got a good show. I'm going to turn this into a show instead of a YouTube series. It's a show. Today's going to be a good one. So, welcome, settle in, grab a cup of coffee, a tea, a glass of water, a notepad. This is an important one. This is an important one. I was up all night with this one. Honest to gosh, I've been up for years with this. Sure, it's not the last time that I'm going to speak about it. Definitely sat with God this morning and said, "Please keep me in my heart, keep me in compassion as I speak about this because I think it's an extremely important conversation that needs to be had many times over. I think we need to be very, 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 very honest, humble, courageous, curious as to what path we're walking down right now and who we're walking it down with. Um, we need to look at inauthenticity, the patterns and programs and systems that are in the online space and the online community and social media in particular. If you don't work in social media, on social media, you won't notice it in the same way, right? As those that actually work in this space. But social media is programmed just like any other system, just like the governmental system is programmed, the educational system is programmed, the pharmaceutical system is everything's programmed. Everything is a system that is controlled. Social media is no different. And I think we need to really start questioning this system deeply. I want to just say before I begin this conversation that there are thousands, if not millions, of people that are doing incredible work on social media that are authentic and beautiful and honest and real and humble, and you feel it. You just feel good when you listen to them. You feel good. But there are just as many that have been roped into the system. They're not bad people. They just they're now caught in the system. They're caught in the system because of greed and pride. We've all been there, and you're lying if you haven't, been caught in greed and caught in pride. Most of us still are, right? So I have to have compassion for what I'm watching happen in the world. I think that's the biggest lesson for me is as frustrated as I get, as angry as I get with what I'm watching. And the anger and frustration comes from the fact that these people are lying to a large following. They're manipulating a large following. They're taking advantage of people. And that's what bothers me. And I'm at a place, I think, where I can talk about this, where I won't belittle these people and get angry at these people, but instead have compassion for them. Because I honestly don't think they even realize, a lot of them, what they're doing. That's how systems work. It's like a frog boiling. It's a slow journey. It's a slow process. You don't even realize that the next thing you know, you're doing what the system wants you to do. You're now a robot. And if you want to get out of it, you really can't even get out of it because you would lose, the business that you build. You'd lose all this money that you've accumulated. You would lose what it was that you thought you wanted. But these systems they create that. It's how the world has been running. So social media is no different, but I think we really, really, really need to start questioning what is happening on social media. It's gotten out of control. I don't even like it's gotten out of control. And first of all, if you just think of the evolution in human consciousness is a natural organic path to becoming a more advanced human, which is basically a human that is understanding their God-like abilities because we are an aspect of God. And so the evolution is our human persona and our ego, our personality, starting to integrate with the God aspect within us, becoming a little bit more God-like in human form. I don't know about you, but when I look out into the world, there's certain areas where I'm like, oof, I think we need to reevaluate what's happening here. This doesn't feel like we're moving in the right direction. It feels like we're getting caught up in what I call the seven deadly sins. It feels like we're getting caught up in the ways in which we've been controlled and programmed our whole life, which is the things that make us feel good, we're going to do more of. Pavlov's dog. That whole research where you feed the dog the little thingamajigger, you push the bell, you feed the dog, right? And the dog gets trained that when the bell rings, they're going to get food, right? It's the same thing with this whole planetary system and especially online. If you do it this way, you're going to get money. If you do it this way, you'll get more followers. If you do it this way, you'll get more subscribers. If you do it this way, you'll be loved more. That's pride. If you do it this way, you'll get more eyes on you. If you do it this way, you won't. And people learn throughout the years, oh, I better reevaluate how I authentically want to do it so that I can squeeze into the way I'm being told to do it so that I can then receive the views, the eyes. And then, of course, we place our entire belief of who we are in what's happening in that space, right? So we evaluate our worth and it's an insane illusion. But here's what I want to talk about. Here's what I want to talk about today. I watched something last night that really upset me. And it upset me because I feel like it was the kind of the last straw. And listen, I know that some people will be like, "Well, who cares? You know, you're just somebody on YouTube talking about whatever, and it's not going to make a difference." And maybe it won't, maybe it will. But at least for those that find this video, maybe it'll help them pull out of these really manipulative tactics. But I was watching something last night and it really triggered me. And it was like the last straw for me of like, I don't understand. You know, this person was lying to their audience. They were manipulating their audience. Um, they they were creating and they do this. This is just kind of like their game, but they create these like um kind of like shocking stuff, right? This like shock and awe, I like to call it. And it's addictive to people. So people become addicted to it. They don't even realize it. They're waiting for the next video. They're waiting for the next like, "Oh, what are you going to tell us about what's next coming?" And like and this because it's an addictive thing, when you do these types of videos, more and more people right now are going to come and attach to it. They're drawn to it. Um, and people aren't questioning. Well, I shouldn't say that. A lot of people are questioning it, but people are being numbed into just following what they're hearing. It's like we're not critically thinking anymore. We're not questioning. We're not saying, "You know what? I know that I love this person. I've been following this person for a certain amount of years, but what am I feeling right now? What am I actually feeling?" And the reason we don't wanna do this is because we don't wanna think that the people we love the most, that we honor the most, that we cherish the most, that we've looked up to the most, we don't wanna think that they are manipulative or that they are, um, lying or that they're doing some sort of tactic. We don't want to think that. Just like we don't want to think that the government lied to us and continues to, or that the pharmaceutical companies and the health industry lies to us. We don't want to think that, right? But eventually we have to come to terms with that truth, that the religious systems are corrupt. We have to come to the realization that the most incredible people that we look up to lie and manipulate. And it's becoming no different in the social media space. Because the social media space, unfortunately, is becoming like every other system. And it's been a slow progress, like a slow progression, through the last 5, 6 years, but it's gotten really bad. And I think it needs to be called out. I think we need to start looking at this as any other system that lies to us and manipulates us. Unfortunately, these are now people that didn't set out to do this. It's like they're under some sort of weird spell. It's like, "Do you see what you're doing?" And unfortunately, I was shown this last night. I was laying in bed, like, really trying to wrap my head around how to share this from a really open, compassionate space. A lot of these people that are doing this, they're out of alignment, so they're not they don't feel like they don't feel like themselves. They're doing it because they've built a business around it. They're doing it because it's how things work. They're doing it because it's where everybody's going, right? But it's not authentically them. And it takes a lot of courage to step out of the ways that the world wants you to go. Takes a lot of courage. You could lose your job, you could lose money, you could lose fame, you could lose success, you could lose your house, you could lose friends, you could lose family, right? Like if you start to pull yourself out of the way that the world, the systems on this planet try to move you into this like follow the herd. This is what's happening on the planet. They want everybody, the systems that have been controlling us, they want us to stay in this line and just keep following. Don't question. Don't question the people you see online doing the weird manipulative tactics. Don't question it. They wouldn't lie to you. They're not going to manipulate you. They're honest. They're full of integrity. They're not, and we don't see what's happening behind the scenes. And again, I'm not saying that people online are bad people. I'm saying that we are caught in systems that have now created these kind of robotic ways of being that unfortunately we're stuck in, except that we're not stuck in them. We're not stuck in them. People are not bad, inherently bad. People are not inherently mean. People are not inherently manipulative. People are not inherently liars. People are not inherently greedy or prideful. This happens when we are trying to be of service and we jump into systems that are designed to control us. And the social media space is designed to control us and manipulate us. And this is what we do. And then once you get a taste, right? Like Pavlov's dog, once you get a taste of that treat of what can happen online, what you can receive, then it's off to the races. You become addicted. You want more. You want more. You want more. And a couple years down the road, all of a sudden, you're sort of not really authentically you anymore. The fact that we have filters that people don't even realize other people are using frightens me. The fact that we're using AI to write our copy, to write titles, there's no part of me that thinks that's okay. Why? I don't think it's an assistance. I don't think it's a tool. I think it's pulling us from authenticity. What do I authentically want to say? If I'm not that great of a writer, oh well, I guess I'm not going to sound like a great writer, but at least I'm being authentic. At least I'm being me. Do you understand what is happening on this planet? We are being pulled quite beautifully without us realizing from authenticity. The second a computer system, a device, a robot starts writing our words, we're not authentic. We're not authentic. This to me, this is a very serious conversation that we need to start asking and talking about. People don't want to, and I'll tell you why they don't want to. Because they're making money, and because this is the way the world's going. So you need to jump on board if you wanna go this way with everybody else. I don't want to. I wanna be authentic. I wanna stay aligned with God, with truth, with my truth. And you could say, "Well, Lori, it's no big deal. It's just an AI device, right? You're just clicking the little button and it helps you." No. Mm-mm. I don't know any longer who's talking to me. I don't wanna live in that kinda world where all of a sudden I'm wondering, did this creator write this, or did a computer write it? A computer system, a robot. Now I don't know who I'm dealing with. And you can say, "Well, Lori, it's just they're just writing copy. It's no big deal," until it becomes a completely different person teaching me all of a sudden. It's no big deal, Lori. They're still the ones teaching, sort of. They're programming that robot. The robot's now teaching you. You understand that this happens very slowly and meticulously. To the next thing you know, we are living in such an inauthentic world that we aren't even ourselves anymore. And we have been programmed, convinced to be okay with it because it starts off very, very slow. Just let them write your email for you. Let them write the title of your email copy. Just let them redo your thing. You'll make more money. Greed. You'll make more money. Greed. You'll get more followers. Pride. We've got to look at this. I'm sorry. I don't mean to like burst people's bubbles or anger people, and I guarantee you this video will not get a lot of views. But it doesn't matter because the 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 awareness needs to be start being spoken to. Like, we need to start looking at what's happening. We don't want to because it's almost like you're bursting the bubble. Like, people don't really wanna see what they know they need to see. It takes a lot of courage, and most people don't wanna do it. I don't blame them. When you found a path and it's working, authentic or inauthentic, you're gonna stay on it because it's working. And if all of a sudden that path is like, now you need to do it like this in order to keep what you have, you're gonna do that in order to keep what you have. So I'm not saying anybody is bad or wrong. I'm saying that the system has us. And we need, as people that are participating in this system, just like any other system, when you listen to the government talk to you, when you listen to doctors talk to you, when you listen to teachers talk to you, when you listen to any system that you find yourself in and you listen to people in that system talk to you, what do? You critically analyze everything they're saying. You immediately question most of what they're saying at this point, correct? Because you're awake to it. I hate to say this, but we need to start doing that to everybody that we follow online. Because if we can do this, then we will be able to hopefully, I mean, I doubt it, but maybe start to shift the path that we're walking on, and we're going to say, no, we want authenticity. No, I want authentic. No, I want authentic. We need to start demanding authenticity from the people that we are paying and the people that we're following. And the more we start demanding authenticity, or at least no longer buying into the inauthentic, perhaps the inauthentic will start to die out. I don't know. It's the same thing with our system, with the governmental system or the educational system, right? How do you change it? You're in it. You have to be in it in some capacity unless you completely move yourself out of it and create a whole new system, which a lot of people are doing, right? So how do you change the system while you're in it? Well, I mean, one of the ways is that you have a voice. Your voice matters, and you where you put your attention matters. So what are you listening to? What are you giving your likes to? What are you giving your subscriptions to? What are you giving your money to? Where is your focus going? Right? If we think about it in terms of the governmental systems, who am I listening to? Who am I giving my money to? Some of us are like no one because it's all a corrupt, right? Social media is becoming just like that, unfortunately. It's very, very corrupt in there. And it's not corrupt with bad people. It's corrupt with the underlying systems that run it. And people unfortunately get caught in it. And the next thing they know, a couple years down the road, they're not sure who they are. Like, what do they really want to say? How do they really want to show up? Why am I using AI? Why am I using filters? Why am I using these types of thumbnails? Why am I saying this type of stuff to people? Is it really what I want to say? Where am I taking people when I share this information? You know, I was watching these videos yesterday. Guidance, sometimes God just leads me to these random YouTube videos. And I remember watching a couple of them yesterday. I'm like, God, why are you having me watch this? And I heard God say, you'll know, you'll know, you'll know. And last night it all clicked. So it was these YouTube videos of this woman that's kind of calling out influencers that are manipulating millions of people out of money that they don't even have, convincing them that they need this. And if they get this, they'll make money. If you buy this, you're going to become a millionaire. If you buy this product, you'll be just like me. You'll have this house and you'll have these cars. And meanwhile, most of the time it's not true. And I watched a couple of those videos and I thought, you know what, um this is very bad. This is very dangerous. We're going down a very slippery slope right now. A very slippery slope. And it can literally be boiled down to authentic and inauthentic, which is the same thing as saying organic and inorganic. It's the timeline split that this planet and humanity is walking down. And you can see it very clearly in social media, except for a lot of people can't. They're being manipulated, they're being coerced, they're being lied to. And I don't understand it. I don't understand how we've become so immune or numb to the energies of people. I can feel inauthenticity a mile away, even with people that I love listening to. If all of a sudden there's something off about it, I'm out. I'm out. Instantaneously, I'm out. I don't know what's happening. I believe that we're pretty numbed out. I believe we're pretty numb. I do. I believe that we are consuming on a level and a capacity that is like no other time. So I don't even think that we are aware of where our heads are. I don't even think we're really aware of what we're doing. I, because I can't comprehend how we're where we are right now. Like I can't grasp it. It doesn't make sense to me. For a planet that has gone through so much, especially with COVID, I just don't get how we find ourselves back in manipulative ways And it just breaks my heart. Honestly, it breaks my heart because I realize how challenging this evolution is. And I realize how easy it is to be pulled off of authenticity by just dangling carrots of pride. Pride being you'll be seen. People will know you. People will see you. People will like you. They'll follow you. They'll subscribe to you. That's a huge piece of our collective aura right now. And then greed. Make more money, make more money, make more money, make more money, make more money. I need money. And half of the world can't even survive right now. Half of the world can't even put food on their tables. And yet you've got these people on social media flaunting their millions upon millions of dollars. It's so backward. It's so backwards. It's very backwards. And then they're trying to sell you stuff that they know isn't gonna make you money. That's the thing that's really scary, is like but they realize what they're selling isn't gonna actually bring these people money, but they're gonna sell it anyways. It's the same with other people online. A lot of other groups, they're selling people things knowing that it's bullshit. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I sat last night I sat with Yeshua last night. I said, "Oh Lord, I'm in trouble, aren't I?" Like I just I just got so rageful around this one video I watched. And you want to know what Yeshua had me do last night? It was like midnight, right? And I'd gone through all this anger and rage. And this is a theme for me, by the way. Like I can't stand seeing people online lying and manipulating their audience. I see it so clearly and it infuriates me. Um, and I never talk about it. Um, I've seen it with my own eyes, with people that I know that are online with big followings. I've seen it firsthand. And I don't talk about it because what's the point a lot of the time, right? But last night I was like sitting with Yeshua and I'm like, listen, please, like, what am I supposed to do with all like this is just boiling up. And he brought me to God, and he said, "What does God feel like right now? You're angry at all these people, right?" I'm like, "Yes." He goes, "Sit with God, like, just be with God for a moment." And I just sat, right? And I closed my eyes, and I just within moments, I breathed God in, and I just had compassion. Almost like a mother to a child that just did something stupid, right? Um, I had compassion. Deep compassion. I felt sadness for the people that were doing this. And I really honestly felt, and I feel right now as I'm speaking about this, I don't think people realize what they're doing. It's just like what Jesus said when he was on the cross, forgive them, they know not what they do. Forgive them, they know not what they do. I really, really see that now for a large majority. Now, there are some evil, evil, evil people out there that, know exactly what they're doing, and even that is a whole other level of being able to be like, "Forgive them, for they know not what they do." Uh, not quite there yet. All those pedophilia people, I can't quite get to that level of, like, "Forgive them, for they know not what they do." Tough one, not there yet. But for a lot of people that I look out at and see the manipulation and the lies and the greed and all that and the inauthenticity, I can find that place within me that says, "Forgive them, they know not what they do," you know? But that doesn't mean that I can't use my voice and speak about it from a place of compassion and humility. I mean, I've been there. I know what it's like to work online. I know what it's like to want the followers and want the money and want all of that, and I know what it's like to sell yourself for it and what that feels like. Um, and we would never believe that it's happening with the people that we love watching the most. Not all of them, but a lot of them. You can feel it. You can feel it. You can feel authenticity. You have to be really you have to be really, really good at reading energy right now. Really good at reading energy because it's a very, very tricky energy that you're reading into. And why am I even talking about this, Lori? Like, why is this even important? Because it's another tactic, it's another manipulation tactic that is pulling us from our truth. It's a tactic. It's lies, it's deceit. It's not godlike. It's BS. And it's been happening for a very long time on this planet, and it's just continuing to happen, and it's like, "Stop. You guys, are you listening to what these people are saying? Are you listening?" Why do we just blindly listen and follow people? Everything I say, if it doesn't feel good to you, you should check out and not come back to me, right? If it doesn't feel good, you should leave immediately. Do we even know what authenticity feels like? I mean, I can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel it. It feels very comfortable. It feels relaxing. It feels clean. Do you know what clean feels like? Like clean energy with somebody. Clean. What you hear is true. It's clean. Every word is clean. It's clear. It's there's no fuzziness in what they're saying. You can feel it. There's no manipulation. There's no like, "Oh, I don't know, something feels a little off about that." I don't know, like, why? Why? Like, why do they do that? Why are they putting that up? Like, we gotta wake up. Energy is so tricky now. Energy is so tricky now. We gotta become more sovereign, more strong, more courageous. We gotta question. We gotta be okay with not being part of the herd, not being part of the group, not following along. We gotta have that courage. We gotta be okay with being burned at the stake because we're not gonna follow the nonsense. Ask yourself why you do what you do, and then ask yourself why people are doing what they're doing. Ask yourself, really truly ask yourself when you're listening to somebody that you always listen to or you just started listening to or someone sent you their video, this is where your spidey senses need to really turn on. They really need to turn on. You see, when you listen to somebody that's authentic, you don't have to like what they're saying. Many times you won't, but you'll know they're authentic and you'll honor that. You'll honor it. You'll be like, "Well, I don't like what you're saying, but you're fully authentic. You are 100% yourself." That's very different than watching a manipulation happening, trying to convince you or coerce you into something because it gives them something. It makes them feel good. It gives them, you know, a platform. It makes them feel like they're being seen. It gives them money. It get whatever it's giving them something, and so they're doing it to receive something. That's inauthentic. When you're just authentic, even if there's an outcome, right? Like you're selling something, but there's or you're wanting to get a point across, but but you're being authentic, you won't feel any sort of manipulation. The person's just being passionate, they're being authentic, they're being real, they're being honest. We've got to hone in on our ability to recognize these two things. Think about the president of the United States, okay? Now, in 2025, most of us are very aware of the inauthenticity of our governmental president, yeah, our governmental systems, right? We're very aware now. 20 years ago, most of us weren't. We saw charismatic presidents. They would never do anything to harm us. They would never. Most of the I'll say the United States. Most of the United States 20 years ago believed what their president or what their government told them. They couldn't fathom that this charismatic, passionate, loving, honest man or woman would be corrupt. And eventually, over time, thank goodness, we realized, holy cow, they are. Why? Greed. We're going to start finding this, unfortunately, we're going to start finding this in our social media group as well, in our online communities. It's going to come out everywhere. It's not just found in the big systems that we've been living in, it's going to be found everywhere. And the place that we're gonna start noticing it now, maybe not tomorrow, maybe this video is gonna be like, "Yeah, Lori, it's not quite hitting," but it will in, like, 5 years when all of these people that have these large followings are gonna start to be called out. You're gonna start realizing, "Holy cow, they're lying. They're manipulating. This is a scam. This is what have I been doing? What have I been listening to? What have I been following?" Just like I believe that there are people in these systems, like the governmental systems, that are beautiful humans. They are trying their best to do good, right? Always. There's always good. There's always people that are really trying to do what's right. But a large majority of humanity that moves into these systems, and social media is now a system that is manipulating an entire planet. The majority of people that get into it, it's very difficult to not be tempted. It's very difficult to not be tempted. That's why the 7 deadly sins are something that we really need to pay attention to because it is what is controlling everything. It's what controls our behavior. It's unfortunate. It's like it's just a part of our nature. It feels good, and if it feels good, we want more of it. And then we want more of it, and then we want more of it. And then the next thing you know, we are just not who we actually are anymore. And now I'm manipulating my audience and sort of lying to them, but I've created this persona and this thing now and I can't get out of it. And hold on a second, what's true and what's not true and who am I really? And is this really who I am? And how authentic can I be? And when you find authenticity, it's going to feel like a glass of water. You're going to be like, "Oh, thank you, God. This just feels good." Even if you don't believe what they're saying, even if they are talking about something that you just don't believe in. When you see authenticity now, because it is so rare, it's so rare now because all we see, we're so used to seeing kind of like not like inauthentic stuff. And we don't judge it. We're just so used to seeing inauthenticity. Like we're used to seeing people do what they're supposed to do. Like, "Oh, you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to get on and say this, and you're supposed to look like this, and you're supposed to" we're used to that, right? So when you do see somebody that's authentic, it's like, "Holy cow, this is a breath of fresh air. Wow. Oh my god, thank you." Right? You kinda wanna just like, "I don't really believe everything you're saying right now, but your energy feels so good because you're just being you. Thank you so much. Thank you for just being you. There's no hidden agenda, there's no manipulation, there's no ugh." I got off of this video I watched last night and I was sick. I felt like I needed an energetic spiritual bath. I felt so gross energetically. I felt like I had just walked into a space that was dark, demonic, manipulative, infiltrated. It just I was like, "Okay, I can't go back. I can't go back into that space. I can't go back into that. I can't go back into anything like that. It does me no good." It does me no good. It does me no good. So what can you do? Your truth matters more than anyone else's truth. So what's your truth? And don't believe other people's truths just because somebody with 1,000,000 followers or 2,000,000 followers is telling you something. Just because somebody tells you who they are, "Oh, I'm this prolific this," or, "Oh, I'm excellent at doing this," it doesn't mean that that needs to be your truth. That's just another manipulative tactic. Trust me. Don't follow people just because they tell you how great they are or what they do, or I am this da da da, and I'm the authority and this that. No, no, no. Your truth matters most. Second thing is to question everything. Question everything. Question everyone. Question. Question it, especially if you don't want to question it. We are no longer critically thinking because we are shamed for it. We are um, what's it called? Where you're like kicked out of the group, right? Don't question this. You won't fit in. You'll be canceled. Question everything. Question it way more than you ever have or ever would. Question people that you are listening to. Feel into it and not just feel into it like, oh, yeah, my resonance really loves this. Go beyond the whole like resonance thing. Go deep into the energetics. It's a big difference. So it's one thing to be like, oh, yeah, I can feel into this energy. Okay, that's kindergarten. I need you to now go and actually play in the energy. I need you to go dissect the energy. That's like the next level of energetics. So when you're listening to me or somebody else, I need you to now peel it apart. What's actually energetically happening here? What am I feeling into? What am I hearing? What's my body doing? You don't just say like, "Oh, I'm an empath and I feel everything and I'm just resonating with this." That's very surface level energy. You need to now become a scientist in college or in your PhD in at energies, and you need to go deep into the energies of everything. You need to peel it apart. We're all capable of doing this. It's just that we just stop at the surface level of resonance. "Oh, I'm resonating with this." I'm not really resonating. Resonance is just one layer of the energetics. You gotta go way deeper. You gotta go way deeper. So, feel into it, feel deeply. Ask yourself, "Am I questioning this? Am I questioning this? Does it feel right? Does it make sense?" Truly. Is somebody telling me what to think? Is somebody being an authority in this? Don't blindly trust anyone. Don't blindly trust anyone. Don't blindly follow anyone. And where's God? Where is God? How would God see this? How would God feel with this? You will get an answer immediately if you invite God in and say, God, breathe through my body, breathe into my heart, breathe into my mind, and let me see this clearly. It'll blow your mind because you're now getting out of the way the persona, the personality, the trauma, the triggers, the anger, the rage, the need, the desire, the comfort. All of that gets out of the way when God comes in. God will show you the truth, God will show you purity. And not out of a they're wrong or they're bad, but out of a compassionate love for humanity's suffering. And that's what's so brilliant, beautiful, powerful, and important about this shift that we're currently in. And this is why I firmly believe that we have to bring in, drink in the light of God into us over and over again, because we are circulating and regurgitating and hamster wheeling these energies that we're consuming in the external world that are not godlike. And so our job and our role right now, your job and your role is to circulate God's energy, circulate God's frequency from outside coming into your body, circulating it out so that it can guide you, it can show you, it can bring you into your heart, it can show truth, it brings you compassion, it brings you clarity. And then it changes everything. It changes everything. And realizing that our knee-jerk reaction is to be the human, the persona, the personality that's gonna get angry or rageful or get caught in it. Just numbly give millions of dollars off to people that aren't doing anything for you. They're just manipulating you, right? Like, or like you're listening to people that are just creating more fear, and they're just projecting. You're all of a sudden thinking about a future that you don't need to think about because they want views so that they can grow and make more money. And meanwhile, they're creating all this fear and anxiety in you. But they know they are doing that. And they know that it gets likes and it gets views and it gets following. So they're going to do it. Or they're going to create things that create an argument, a divide. I know this is going to create a divide. I know this is going to create an argument. I'm going to go there. Right? It's like, bring God in and you'll see through all of this. God, come in. The light of God come into my body. Breathe through me. For one moment, God, come into my heart. Come into my mind, soften my heart. Show me the truth of this. And if you do this all the time, you will immediately begin. Well, it'll take some time, but you'll start to be able to see beyond the front. You'll be able to see the intention behind people. And it's not to get upset or mad or belittle these people. It actually brings you more compassion. You start to really understand the spiritual battle. You start to really understand the stronghold that humanity is under. It's heartbreaking, but it's also liberating when you begin to see it and when you begin to have compassion for people that are in it, but you begin to step out of it. You begin to say, I'm not playing in this anymore. And you try your hardest to not get upset with other people that are in it. That's my practice. I've been practicing that for about 5 years now. Well, most of my life, to be honest. Most of my life, I have practiced not getting upset with people that can't see the world the way I see it. um, literally being flabbergasted. Flabbergasted. I think it's one of the most challenging things, right? Is like seeing the world in a certain way and the rest of the people around you not seeing it. You're like, "Oh my god, you guys, please, please just see this manipulation." So that's a big piece for me of practicing right now with God. Because on a very human level, it feels good when we get angry. Like there's a piece of us that like it's like it wants to get out. It wants to tell the other person, "You're lying. You're manipulating. You're lying. You're cheating people." Like then you want to get on and tell people like, "What are you doing? Don't you see this is a lie that it feels good." It's like it's almost like it needs to come out, right? It's like, but we don't want to do that. Can I share something with you guys? It just popped in. So I had this really profound evening last night, late night evening, profound moment with Yeshua. I'll share it with you and then we'll leave. I watched this video, got very upset, got very triggered. I popped out of my human triggering and I turned and looked at my photo of Jesus that I have and I was like, "Oh my god, this is not gonna be good." Almost like I just knew that I was a bad student in a way, and I was like, "Oh god, okay." I know I just went down a rabbit hole of like, whatever, but show me what I need to see about this, right? So, I lay down and I'm gonna tell you what he showed me. So, he showed me this person that I was watching, and he showed me these demonic energies that were coming out of this person. The person wasn't demonic. The person was this beautiful, incredible human, but there were these demonic energies that were coming out of this person. And Yeshua says, "Do you see this?" And I said, "Yeah, what is it?" He goes, "Those are demons that are," and he showed me that demons were coming really close to my face. I wasn't afraid, I was just noticing. And he says, "The demons were tempting you. The demons wanted you to get angry. They wanted you to get triggered. They wanted you to give them that energy." He says, "Because when you do, you feed them. So they taunt you. And it becomes like this very strange, weird addiction," he said, where you know deep down, Lori, that you don't want to engage, but you can't help it, right? And I said, "Yeah, that's what it feels like. It feels like I don't have any control. It feels like I just have to do it." He goes, "That's the demonic energies toying with you, literally coming. They were so close to my face. It was disgusting, not scary, just gross. And there was two of them. And he said, "There's a lot of demonic energies around this individual. They're not a bad person, but there's a lot of energies that are playing in their field and they're pulling people in and literally like almost surviving off of their fears and their control that they give this person, the power they give this person, the way in which they succumb sort of to whatever this person is saying. They just kind of hand over their sovereignty, right? And so the demonic energies love that. They want more of it. They want your power, they want your control, they want your energy." And I was like, "Well, god damn. How do I get rid like I don't want that." Like, how do we, you know, cut that thing? Um, and he said, "You just don't engage." He says, "Become aware of the addiction." So this is the important piece, you guys. When you feel like you don't have control over something, like you're just going to someone's page and you don't know why, that's addiction. It's not you. When you respond to something and you're not sure why you're responding to it, but you don't even feel like you're like, "I don't know why I'm doing this, but I just feel like I have to do this." And it's like, no, 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 that's an addiction. Like you're being pulled. Something's pulling you, right? It's like any addiction. When you're staying on something that's just like mind blowing and you know that this is not good for you, but you're watching it anyway, that's an addiction, which means that there is a demonic energy that's pulling you. That's what addiction is. Every addiction is truly just demonic energies pulling you to it. Okay? So people are not bad. People are not demonic. Okay? But there are demonic energies in people's fields feeding off of the people that they are connecting with and communicating with and talking to and teaching and sharing with. You want to be cautious and aware of the pull. That's why social media on one level is so dangerous. You're pulled into it and you can't even get out of it because there's these energies in there that are feeding off of you. I love social media. Ever since my Instagram got taken away, I have turned I am like, I need it because it's where I teach. I honor it. I appreciate it, but I know the dark side and I'm going to honor the dark side of it, right? I'm going to be very clear with my intention around it all. Um, so that's what Yeshua was showing me last night. And then he did this real beautiful kind of energetic thing with my body, but he showed me that. And I'd never seen that before. And it was very clear that it wasn't this individual that was dark or evil or demonic. What this person was sharing was inauthentic and pulling people down a path that wasn't um, it was deceptive, but they had a lot of kind of demonic energies around them. And I think that in this day and age, we don't realize the amount of demonic energies that are playing in people's fields. It would blow our minds if we actually could like physically see what's happening in people's auric realm, their energetic field around them. Okay, so what all of this to say, trust your intuition, trust what you feel. If something doesn't feel right, it's not right. Question the people you listen to, even the ones that you love deeply. If something feels like you can't stop doing it, there's some sort of demonic pull, most likely. So just pay attention to that. Um, always invite Yeshua in to help clear anything that you feel is kind of pulling you that you need help with, anything that you can't stop doing. Right. And this is in any capacity of your life, any part of your life. Um, being aware of that, what's pulling you. That was what was what most interesting last night was he was like, you realize that there's an addiction that you have to watching people that manipulate and lie to others. And I was like, yeah, I do. I totally do. I want to see the people that are lying and manipulating. It's like I can't stop. I just want to see it. And he's like, well, why do you think that is if you don't enjoy it? I was like, I don't know. There's something that like releases in me. And he says, what's releasing in you is what the demonic energies are pulling out of you, is what they want. If you know it's not for your highest good, if you know it's not good for you, if you know you don't enjoy it, if you know you don't like it, what the heck are you doing? If you know you don't want to go on social media, you don't like being on social media all the time, why are you doing it? What's pulling you? We need to start looking at what's pulling us to things. What's pulling you to overeat? What's pulling you to drink? What's pulling you to continue to do drugs? What's pulling you? And what if instead of you looking at it as there's something wrong with you, right? Or there's something wrong with these people, you started to see it as some sort of like weird demonic energy that's pulling you. So it's not about you or them per se. I mean, of course, it's always about you and the choices you're making. So you have to take full responsibility for that, right? But what if there's some sort of energetic energy that's pulling you? And what if that's what you're actually battling? That's the spiritual battle. And the more we can see it through that lens, the less anger we're going to have towards people. Not easy, but it's practice. All right, you guys, I love you very much. Um, the Candace Owens TPUSA stuff is pulling me. Me too. I can't get enough of that though. That I enjoy watching. That I'm all in for. Um, that I am all about. I hope she brings it all down. I hope she brings the whole shebang down. Go Canis. All right, you guys, I love you very, very much. Keep inviting God into your body and into your breath more than you ever have before. God being the light of everything, the light, the creator, the source, whatever word you want to use. If God is a trigger for you, by all means, use another word. But invite that light, that breathing, that living, breathing, tangible light into the body because immediately it has an impact. It has an impact. I love you all. I'll see you next week. Enjoy New Year's Eve. If you're celebrating it, stay safe. Question everything.